Well, now, the director of animation, and frankly the hero of the hour, is Richard Williams, who's based in London. In fact, most of the film was made at Elstree Studios, where Williams and Zemeckis laboured together to achieve the seamless effect. We talked to the pair of them about how they did it.
I've been trying to make him quit, but he just won't listen to me.
What do you know, you dumb broad? You got the IQ of a rat.
Nobody has ever succeeded in integrating animation and live action like this before. When Robert Zemeckis started planning the film, could he imagine how it would turn out?
We engineered a test, which is basically was an obstacle course for Roger, and it was about 30 seconds long. And when I saw the test on film, it was better than I ever imagined. So then I knew we would be okay.
And Zemeckis called me. He said, "Wait till you see it. Wait till you see it." He says, "God, you won't believe it." And Spielberg has only seen this once in his life. He said, before, which was Star Wars. He says, and this is the second time he's seen something like it. This is film history. And then Bob yells down the phone real loud. He says, "God, he says, I was born to make this movie." And I was saying, I became very British, and I was saying, "Oh, is it really that impressive?" Well, when we saw it here, we did the same thing. We started to scream because the damn thing worked 100%.
For a complex scene like this, meticulous storyboards were drawn for each individual shot.
Her hand lingers, and then she comes in and she does this thing with chucking his cheeks.
Everything was planned before a single frame of film was shot. This allowed the director and animator to predict the exact position of every prop and character.
When you see the film, you'll see that the cartoon characters move things in the three-dimensional world. So everything had to be plotted out very meticulously so that sets could be rigged and special effects technicians would know what they had to do. So we knew generally where physically the cartoon character would be. We had the voice of the cartoon characters on the set, and we basically shot the live-action movie so that when the raw film came back, it sort of looked like an Invisible Man movie.
By the time the film got to me, we had floating coffee cups and chairs spinning and windows smashing, and then we'd draw over the frames. We'd get blow-up frames of the live-action and draw the rabbit on top of it.
So the actors were faced with a novel challenge. Since all the cartoons would be added when the live action was finished, they had to hold believable conversations with thin air.
First we started by having we had three-dimensional scale models or life-size models of the cartoon characters, dolls, and we would rough out the general position where they would be in the set. And Bob would memorize the eye line for the cartoon character.
What do you think you're doing, chump?
You calling a chump, chimp?
Cut.
The presence of the cartoon characters was simulated by numerous technical devices, wires and rods. Their image on the film would have ruined the illusion.
I mean, the new animators, when they come on it, or experienced guys would say, "I can't, there's wires, and how am I going to get, a rabbit's arm over this? You've got a wire hanging out here or something." And I just said, "Well, why don't let's take the ear and just cover the wire." And say, "Yeah, but the rabbit's ear is just sticking out in midair." I said, "Well, why not? It's a funny rabbit." So you draw this ear to cover the wire or something, and the other ear would be wiggling over here, and it came out funny.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me?
The special effects are so stunning at times that there's a real danger that you'll watch them and stop following the story. Did this worry the director?
I always said that I would fail if everyone sat and watched the film and saw the beautiful technique, because what I wanted to have everyone experience was the technique becoming invisible and to be actually drawn into the emotional situation that these cartoon characters were having. And having accomplished that, makes me feel very proud.
I'm sorry I yanked your ears.
All the time you yank my ears?
You've never seen this before, folks.
How can I ever repay you?
For starters, don't ever kiss me again.
Well, I'm sure Robert Zemeckis will be relieved to learn that he didn't fail, though the beautiful techniques are indeed beautiful. Toontown, for instance, the home of the cartoon characters, is a place of relentless cheerfulness where everyone is exhorted to smile and be happy, and where practically every Disney creation you ever heard of puts in an appearance. Those well-known ducks, Donald and Daffy, play a destructive piano duet, and even Betty Boop turns up as a waitress in a nightclub, she having been unable to find work in the movies since cartoons went into colour. Lots of nice little jokes like that, superb animation, and a remarkably convincing performance by Bob Hoskins, who reacts to the tunes so easily and naturally that after about 5 minutes you begin to believe in them as much as he does.